Hey everyone. So there are a number of things that rolled out in the June update that I'd like to talk about. So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can use, for example, region effects within comp lanes. I'm going to talk about the improvements that were made to touch zooming and scrolling. I'm also going to talk about ways that Sonar has now improved its project handling and the new velocity change addition feature. And finally, there's going to be a few words about the virtual controller. Those of you out there who are comping their vocal tracks or guitar solos, you can now rejoice because you can use region effects now in your comp lanes to help you build the take that you are looking for. It's just really as simple as it sounds. So you can use vocal sync or drum replacer or Melodyne, of course, and you can use these in the comp lanes themselves, just as I mentioned, to build the take. So you could, for example, take this clip, make it a Melodyne region effect, do whatever you need to do, and then it'll sit there in the comp lane and it'll contribute to the final comp. Moving on from that, we have the improved touch zooming and scrolling. So folks who use touchscreens are going to be jumping up for joy because the June update to Sonar really improved overall touch point detection and the overall interaction that you have with the screen. The updates now make your zooming and anchoring movements feel totally fluid and natural. So with the improvements, it'll be easier, for example, to navigate around your session, or if you want to do some detail work such as zooming into a specific drum hit or transient, it's going to be a lot easier and more fluid. All of these improvements are for both the track view and the piano roll view. With project handling, Sonar will now help with the storage and organization of projects you create and do a better job of it. You won't have to sit wondering, where are your files? Where did you save them to? Are they in the correct place? If you move to a different place or you put it on a USB stick, are you going to have all your files with you? You don't have to worry because folders will automatically be created and be associated with the project that you are saving. This means you won't have to make any folders beforehand. And another cool aspect of this is that anytime you would, for example, execute a save as or save as copy later on in the project that you're working on, Sonar will intelligently handle the files. If that means creating extra folders, Sonar will create extra folders at a new location. Or if you're saving in the same location, Sonar will recognize that and no folders or extra files will be created. This is awesome because now you can just focus on being creative instead of having to worry about where your files are or various other technical issues. Moving on to the virtual controller. Now, first of all, if you're not sure, the virtual controller itself actually is a way that you can, play instrument keyboards or instruments with your actual keyboard. You can also play drums this way, by the way. It's now been separated into two different items. So you have your computer keyboard and then the piano keyboard. So if you hit Alt plus 0, you're going to get the computer keyboard. And then the Alt plus Shift plus 0, you're going to get the piano keyboard. If you have either one of these open when you save a project, the one you were using will open in the project when you open it later. Also, the computer keyboard no longer blocks certain shortcuts, for example, R for recording or delete, or shortcuts that use a modifier. So now you can open views and save your project and record without having to close the controller first. Finally, we have the velocity change addition, which I'm personally quite excited about. So this is exactly what it sounds like, and it's a welcome addition, to me and anybody else who would do a ton of MIDI programming, especially drums. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to enable this feature. Open your preferences, head down to customization, then look at the editing part right here, and then you're going to see the words velocity addition. You're definitely going to want to click on that. So all this means really, it's very simple. It just means that when you're changing the velocity settings of MIDI notes, you'll get automatic feedback of what it sounds like. So you won't have to change the velocity setting, play the song, listen to it, change the velocity setting, play the song, and listen to it. It'll just make MIDI programming far easier and faster, especially in terms of drum humanization. This pretty much covers it. I mean, we talked about the region effects, how you can use them in comp lanes. We talked about how you can enable the new velocity change addition feature. We also chatted about Sonar intelligently handling project settings. We talked about the touchscreen functionality improvements, and also how you can access the virtual controller in Sonar. So with that, I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you'd like to stay current on all of our future videos, consider subscribing, and better yet, click the bell icon so you can get an email notification when we've uploaded the next video. Thanks a lot, everybody. See you in the next video.